Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Alpha Protocol. I am Circle Master and you'll have to forgive me if I sound rushed. I'm trying to get this done before I go off to Washington on a holiday vacation. Anyway, we're heading off to investigate the Gzon weapon stockpile and uh, have a mission with Sean Darcy because he's an asshole. Actually, because the game makes us. But he's an asshole anyway. We got some intel, and the mission is basically going to be the same as last time.
What's up, Mike? Problems already?
Just checking in. Had some questions about the mission and Alpha Protocol.
Well, I guess I should feel lucky you're not within shooting distance after the cheap shots you took on the firing range.
Sounds like you're going to be my handler when I infiltrate the Al-Samad camp.
Yeah, I got stuck hand-holding you. Hope that's not a problem.
Nothing's wrong, just making sure we're good.
Look, orientation's one thing, a mission's another. People think I have an attitude, but it doesn't keep me from doing my job. I admit, I'd rather be on the mission, but you're the one Westridge picked, so let's get this done.
That's all I need. See you in the field, Darcy.
Looking forward to it, Mikey.
You know, everything else was the same. I just wanted the casual options and then to hang up.
Mikey, you there?
Yeah. Sit rep?
No radio chatter, no alarms. Looks like you did a good job of getting in under their radar. Wish our choppers could. Would have saved us a lot of trouble.
Bad intel?
No, sandstorms. They fuck with the satellite imagery. But they're great for someone moving in on foot. Lets you get in for the kill before the bad guys know you're there.
So, wait for a storm, use it as cover.
That's the idea. Probably won't be that simple. But hey, that's why they sent you instead of me, right?
You may have noticed when we stabbed that guy in the back, he had turned yellow. That's because we're not wearing stealth armor, we're wearing our utility combat armor. So we don't have the noise dampening we normally would. And of course, I couldn't be bothered to deal with these guys in any stealthy manner. And this guy seems to be stuck on something and invincible. There we go. Best of all, he didn't trigger that alarm. I was tempted to go back and shoot it, but I didn't want to waste the shell. I love it when I get one-shot kills with the shotgun. And as you can see, it's kind of pointless to do the crouch.
At the camp. They're dug in pretty deep.
Any sign of the radio tower?
Yeah, it's across the canyon from me. A lot of open ground in between.
Try not to get spotted. If you get trapped in there...
I know.
Yeah, even though we're going to be shooting our way through, we can't exactly take on everyone here all at the same time. What I like to do is take out some of these guys while I'm still up on this platform where there's no way back up, so they can't quite reach me that well. Unfortunately, since I've got a short-range, high-spread weapon, and the geometry of the obstacles up here are not terrific, it's kind of hard to get clear shots on guys from up close. Fortunately, knockdown shots work as long as they hit from any range. Unfortunately, no one wants to actually come out in the open. And there goes the alarm. So much for taking a slow and steady approach. No. Yep, when in doubt, just murder everyone around. I don't know why it took me 3 shots to hit that guy. Our health is getting kind of low, but that's basically it for people nearby. Aside from this, we just have a few guys on the other side, and the guy there at the turret is probably the most dangerous at this point. Fortunately, at this point, I have chain shot. And I can't see where the guy actually is, but I got close enough to him. That's one of the problems with chain shot at long range, is that because of the yellow palette they put on, it can be hard to tell where your reticle is when you're aiming at a small target in the distance. Room sweep is the, I think I mentioned this before, but it's the ability that lets every shotgun hit be a knockdown hit. It's not... No, don't go back at the ladder. It's not terribly useful. I mean, if you're in a situation where there are a lot of guys around you that could be knocked down by successive shots usefully, you're going to be doing enough damage to them with your normal shots to stagger them and or kill them. I mean, you kind of saw that when I rushed out at the 3 guys after coming down the ladders initially into this area. If I had room sweep up, all of the shots would have been knockdown shots, but I cleared the 3 of the guys out in, what, 3 or 4 shots?
Found the radio tower.
Now look for the generator. Should be in a building nearby.
Come on, open the door. Darn it. I wanted him to open the door so I could shoot him, but then he was taking too long. So I figured I would kick the door open and knock him down, since he'd be standing right behind it. But then he opened it at the last second, thus foiling all of my plans.
Generator's cut.
Got it. I'll signal the choppers now. Can you get to their main computer beneath the camp?
I think a way just opened up.
Now, you may remember from the last time attempting this mission, I had some problems with the last part of this next section.
Did you see that?
Those guys are idiots if they didn't notice me slide down the zip line. One of the other problems I'm having at this moment is I'm running kind of low on shotgun ammo. At this point, I'm just trying to find some pickups, making sure I cover every area, but there weren't any over there, unfortunately. So down we go, until the camera wigs out, then we go down.
I'm in.
Good. Now get to the servers and upload that data.
You weren't kidding about the tunnels in this place. Got themselves a hell of a maze down here.
Servers need power. Find power lines or work lights, then follow them to the source. They need to find their way around as much as you do.
Now again, because we don't have the stealth armor, they heard us coming before we even got within sight of them. Oh, come on, you couldn't run forward the extra half inch. Oh, great. There we go. Nice backflip. But being noisy, as you can see, has the handy effect of drawing enemies towards you. And if you have a choke point handy like that, so much the better. I don't want to speak too much to the intent of these levels. I know Comte... Well, I'm just going to fuck up your name, I'm sorry. Comte has mentioned that stealth was not an initial option and was never intended to be an option in every level of the game. So the fact that running and gunning can be easier here than being sneaky, I don't want to say is...
Looks like I found the old cells, mostly storage.
If there's time, see if you can get inside.
I don't want to say it's any real flaw or anything. I mean, being stealthy is supposed to be harder than running and gunning.
Good job.
No sign of the missiles, though. Looks like this place has been cleaned out.
Damn. Guess that would have been too much to hope for. Alright, get to the computer if you can.
On it.
But the fact of the matter is, even the missions later on that seem designed for stealth, and I'm thinking of the G-22 warehouse level, Lazo's yacht in Moscow. Lazo's yacht, I love stealthing that mission, but even if you don't stealth it, it's less... It doesn't feel as rewarding, but it's still easier. There's no real... Whoops. I don't know how I killed that guy. It looks like I shot the wall. There's no real mission in the game where attracting attention to yourself intentionally is overly punitive. How about that? That if you're actively running and gunning, and if you're not just trying to be stealthy and failing, you're never going to have a huge problem. And fortunately, I started with, or found, all of these remote grenades, so you may remember the unsuccessful shock trap gauntlet I set up for this in the first run. But now I can set up lethal traps and not care if I get spotted or anybody doesn't trip them, because I can just shoot them with a shotgun.
We're under attack!
Uploading the information now. A lot of data here. And this system looks pretty state-of-the-art.
Receiving. You weren't kidding. Watch your back, they probably got guards on the way.
These specs look like Halbeck targeting data tied into the radio tower.
Alright, get topside if you can. We could use the help. Looks like we got company. A lot of it.
So I'm pinned down?
I got a Black Hawk on the way. Meet up with us topside.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the guards were shooting at. You may remember after the first two died to the second grenade trap, some of the others, you may have heard shooting at something. I don't have a clue what they were supposed to be shooting at. Whoops. There we go.
Mike, having a little trouble here. Their radio tower is down, but we're getting more resistance than expected. Can you secure the landing zone?
Not a problem.
Now, again, I've got ammo to consider, but at this point at least, a couple of respawning ammo pools have shown up on the map. That was one of the things I picked up on this side of the courtyard that I'm on right now. So I'm not worried about running out of ammo anymore. My main concern isn't the guys with the rocket launchers, and it's not the random guys like the one I just killed, but the guys across the way on the turrets that will start shooting at me once I kill enough of the rocket guys. That's going to be my real worry. And unfortunately, I don't have a good solution other than sprinting. No.
All right, we're clear. Let's do this.
I kind of tried to use the turret here. It kind of works, but it's also kind of more trouble than it's worth. I mean, especially this guy. I could have just, you know, gone up and hit him with a pistol chain shot or something. I actually had to try this several times because I did unintentionally die, and I got lucky here to have gotten those guys with the turret. That guy took entirely too many shots to kill.
Good job, Mike. Not bad for the new guy.
All the missions go as smoothly as this?
You're alive, aren't you?
And hey, we got to level 4. So, that's it for the G-Zon weapon stockpile. All we've got left is to do the Al-Samad airfield, and then we can go after Shahid. And then we'll be back to the meat of the game, the 3 main hubs. And I'm still entirely planning to do Rome first, just so I can kill Marburg and get that out of the way, so I'm not handicapped by having to be casual suave as much as possible. And look at all those orphans, my god.
Mike, so you got back safely?
Yeah, thanks for the lift out of there.
Least I can do for all the joy and pain you gave me in training. Just doing my job, providing support.
About the mission.
Yeah, what? Is there a problem?
No, just thought you did a good job out there.
Well, I admit I'd rather have been the one on that mission. But you're the one Westridge picked, and it's my job to back you up. But I was pretty impressed. You didn't need much help. And hey, maybe next time, you'll be on the headset.
Let me know as soon as you find out anything, Darcy.
Oh, I would.
I love hanging up on people, especially Darcy. But having completed 2 missions in Saudi Arabia, our skill rank maximum has increased. So once again, I've got to make choices about what skills to raise. And while I'm tempted to increase stealth or shotguns, I know that I'm going to need to do some long-range shooting, and I don't want to have to rely on chain shot to do that. I'm just showing off what some of the options are. The sabotage tree continues to suck. I mean, there's really nothing there that's worth wasting the skill points on, but people wanted it. And yeah, I was initially leading towards shotguns here, but I decided that I really needed some ranks in assault rifles so I could get the rifle critical hits, so I could take long-range aimed shots with the assault rifle. Because we're coming up on the airfield, I know there's going to be people in guard towers that I'm going to need to snipe. So that's kind of essential at this point. But I will be opening it up in the thread to see what skills you really want to see. It's not going to be a formal vote like it's been, but I do want some feedback. Still want you guys to participate at some level. And I love when the interface on the weapon screen screws up. So we just got to pretend we know what it's doing. There we go. Now we can change our primary weapon to the shotgun. And we still don't have any decent mods for that. Like I was saying, I want you guys to be able to participate on some level. I want to know what skills you want to see other than me shooting stuff, since I have bought significant ranks in many other skills that I previously ignored. Here's Sean's email saying about how awesome it is that we killed a bunch of people. Personally, I prefer his American Ninja comment, because I hate stooping to his level. But he does like this. It doesn't actually affect his reputation. But there you go. And I was kind of tempted to buy some accessories here. We do have quite a bit of money that I still haven't spent, and we still don't have an armor upgrade except that one, which I'm not too keen to spend the money on at this point, since I know once we get some contacts in the main hubs we'll get better stuff.